Well, hello guys and welcome back. I was requested to do this one and I'm really happy to do it because I don't think there are any meditations out there for Njord. Norse god of sailing and fishing and transportation and kind of earning your way by the sea, but also, he's good to work with in the modern day. And he's kind of been approaching me and saying, would you please, do a meditation for me too, please? Because we have to remember, all the gods are our friends and they do want to help us. But, sometimes we forget to go to them, or we think, oh, that god would never want me to approach them. He certainly indicated he would like me to do this, and we can see if, oh my goodness, am I seeing dolphins? I've been watching this for a while in attempts. Am I actually seeing dolphins? That is so cool. I'm feeling laughter on Njord's part. Anyhow, he's indeed the god of all things awesome of the sea. So he asked if we'd like to do a meditation with him, and we said, of course we will. Now, Njord would have me remind you, as Loki and all the other gods do, that, we get out of meditation what we put into it. So we have a couple ideas that you guys might want to implement. First, make sure you're wearing comfy clothes. It always helps us concentrate if we're dressed comfortably. It doesn't matter if anyone else finds those clothes comfortable. If you're relaxed and comfy in them, that's what matters. Make sure you're going to be in a place where you can sit or lay down comfortably. And it's going to try to be ideally an area where you're not going to be too disturbed. I know sometimes it's not always possible, but if you're living in a hectic or busy area, just tell the other people, hey, could you please let me just meditate for the next 15 minutes? Try not to shout it at people. Try to use a calm voice. And, once they see you getting into this habit, most people will be more than happy to let you, go have your meditation time. Want to make sure any distractions are turned off. So if you're in the middle of a meeting, it's not time to try to meditate. Same thing if you're waiting for an important work call or something like that. Make sure you're doing this when you can turn all your distractions off. Any games, any work meetings, any notifications on your phone. You want all that off for the duration of your meditation. You guys are free to surf on out on the internet. You're not going to hurt our feelings, but do make sure you get back before YouTube bounces you to something else. Okay, and final suggestion would be to have a drink or a snack. Sometimes it helps to rebalance the body when we return, and some people just like to enjoy them mid-meditation. Okay, if you need a pause, go ahead. Alright, so welcome back guys, and let's get into the meditation with Njord. He has asked us if we would like to come sailing with him, and of course we would. And we are on a ship with Njord, and we're just gonna say it's a big kind of carnival cruise ship. We can always meet him again and go on another type ship, but right now we're on this big beautiful cruise ship because he's kept up with the times, and he certainly would oversee the welfare of tourist ships as well. And he says, we're free to do whatever we like. We're free to walk around the ship and poke into the stores. But he asks us if we would first like to do things, because Njord is very practical. He says, first though, I want to know if anything's bothering you. And we say, well, yes, of course, Njord. And we all have our own list. We might have work problems or health problems or anything else. And he nods, and he has this box of like little anchors. And he assures us these are biodegradable. In fact, they're these kind of snacks fish love. And he will hand us an anchor for each problem, and he'll say, think of that anchor being that problem. And we think of an anchor, say, being a work issue. And we can get as specific as you want. He goes, great, throw it into the wake of the ship. And we say, what? And he says, trust me, throw it into the wake of the ship, let it go. And he has an infinite amount of these, so even if we have to stand there and go through 20, 30 problems, we can do it. And each anchor we throw off and we let go of that problem, he says, think of the sea taking it, and the sea's going to make something beautiful with it. Let it go, whether it's work or health or finances. Let all your worries and negative thoughts go. You can take as long as you want to do this. And, once you're done, once we've used all the anchors we need, he says, well, how do you feel? And we think about it and we say, well, we feel better because we took something bad in our life and, we put it into these wonderful, tasty, yummy anchors and we threw it off the ship. And he says, well, why can't you do that at home? You don't have to find an ocean at home unless you're extremely fortunate. But, you can do it at home and just sit in meditation and think, I'm throwing all of these problems away from me, as we often start the meditation, with our 2 bags. You can throw those off too if you just want to make sure. You can throw those bags too, and they're biodegradable this time, and they're awfully yummy, and the fish are going to love you forever. And he says, now how do you feel? And we say, a lot better. And he says, great. And he says, you're free to explore the ship, and I will come with you. And so we say, sure, we'd love to explore the ship. And this is a huge cruise ship, so we can do anything we want. And Njord, being a god, can be with as many of us as we like. And we're walking the decks at first, looking at all the games, and there's this huge, pool, and there's slides, and there might be a band playing music, and Freya and Freya are strolling along the deck because this is their dad. And, some of us go play some games, and some people go to the pool, and some people go listen to the band. A couple other people might go off with Freya and Freya and find the endless buffet. A couple of us go inside the ship, and, there's a shopping area, and of course Freya can show up there too, and we go shopping, and maybe we buy spa stuff, and we're having a relaxing, lovely time. It's a huge ship, so there's also a library and a matinee, and anything we would like to do, it is on this ship. And some people, the very brave and startled people, can go scuba diving, and some people go and they're swimming with the dolphins, and some people go fishing, and whatever you want to do, even if it's to go sit quietly in the spa and luxuriate in the spa, you can do that. And imagine yourself doing that and just feel how good it feels to do something you really love, and feel how it's restoring you, and it's giving you a sense of hope, right? And things are going to be okay when you get to do something like this, and it's wonderful to take out time. And we're all really enjoying this cruise because, there's beautiful music and food, and there's total freedom on the ship. You can go from one area to the next. There's not even a schedule on the ship. Everything runs 24/7. Yet all the cabins are soundproof, so you can sleep even knowing all these wonderful concerts and everything are going on. And we spend a couple days on the ship, so think of a week of just doing whatever calls to us and having all the fun and restorative time we need on this ship. And just think of how good that will feel. And a week later, from the time we first boarded the ship, we all meet with Njord again at the stern, and if you want to, you may open your eyes. And he says, well, let's have a little sending off party. So if you still have your drink and your snack, you can go ahead and nibble into those now if you want. And he says, how was it being a week at sea? And we tell him about all our adventures. Maybe you went climbing a rock wall. Maybe you dove and swam with the dolphins. Maybe you met mermaids. We tell him how exciting and wonderful it was. And he says, you're always welcome to come see me, and you're always welcome to do adventures like that in meditation. You can do whatever you want in meditation. That's a wonderful thing about it, and it's free. You can take it anywhere you go. So he asks us if we would like a blessing, and of course we would like a blessing from Njord, because he is a god of many good things. And he says, all right, and he thinks about it, and he takes a shell. Now, you know the drill, those of you that have done these before. You can take a little shell if you manage to have one, or take any little object at all, but he has a little shell for each of us. And with our permission, he puts it in our hand and closes our hand gently around it. And he says, I want you to close your eyes for a second. So we close our eyes, and he says, I want you to think of just getting whatever it is you need. Maybe you're thinking of a good education. Maybe you're thinking of working your way up in your company. Maybe you're thinking of doing something around your home. And he says, I want you to remember you have to be patient. Just as this shell didn't grow in a day, sometimes it takes many days, weeks, months, years to work towards things. And although it's not always smooth sailing, if we go to Njord and we say, here's my goal, here's the trouble that I'm encountering, could you please help me? He's often willing to do so because he knows we'll put in the hard work. And that's the real secret of working with any god. As long as you'll put in the hard work by their side, they will be more than happy to help you. So he says, I want you to be sure that confident and know that you're going to get these things. I want you to start as much as you can to think positive, to know you're going to get the education, to know you're going to work your way up in the company, to know that you're going to make those home improvements, and to do whatever you can to work to those things, and to rely on the gods, to rely on Njord, Loki, and the rest for the rest of it. The gods help and step in at the point where our human abilities end. So if you had your eyes closed, you can go ahead and open your eyes, and if you have your little small item, you can touch that whenever you like, to think of Njord and to think of him being with you and know that he's there. Now, if you are coming back up out of meditation, please sit up slowly and just rebalance yourself a little bit. If you didn't touch that snack until now, have your snack and drink to try to rebalance. If you had surfed away, please come back and rejoin us because we're going to be leaving together pretty soon. And we hope you guys have really enjoyed this one. Njord was very gentle but persistent in asking if I would do this, and I said sure, I would be more than happy to do something like this. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you later. Bye bye.